The big fat orange cat, who everyone in the neighborhood simply called that orange lump, lived a life of lazy excellence. He didn't chase mice, he negotiated treaties. He didn't run from dogs, he stole their food bowls and left Yelp reviews. On one blazing Thursday afternoon, as sunbeams stabbed through the blinds like nosy laser beams, the cat was doing what he did best, napping in the most inconvenient place possible, right on top of the TV remote. His human, a sleep-deprived guy named Caro was frantically searching for that very remote, not because he wanted to watch anything important. No, Carl had discovered a bizarre new channel called Sunflower TV, which only played calming footage of plants whispering to each other. Carl swore it helped him sleep. "Where is it?" "I put it right here," he shouted, throwing couch cushions like a man possessed. The orange cat cracked open one eye lazily and let out a judgmental Mr. R. Carl narrowed his eyes. "Don't tell me you're sitting on it again." The cat blinked slowly. Carl reached under the cat. Nothing. Then a crunch. The cat looked down. There, sticking out slightly from under his belly fat, was the remote, bent like a broken tree branch. "Oh no! Mew!" The cat yelped, surprised by the discomfort of ingesting low-quality plastic. The tea, now somehow stuck on Sunflower TV, began emitting a high-pitched frequency. The cat's tail stood on end like an antenna. The plants on screen waved. One sunflower winked. Then everything changed. With a pop and a faint smell of roasted popcorn, the cat vanished into the screen. Carl screamed. His neighbors cheered. They thought it was a fireworks show. Inside the TV, the cat landed on a field made of buttons and pixels. Everything smelled like electricity and day old kibble. A sunflower the size of a car rotated its head toward him and said, in a voice that sounded suspiciously like Morgan Freeman, "Welcome to the Chanaves, chosen one." The cat blinked. Then he licked his butt. Morgan Freeman Flower frowned. "You are here to restore balance to the channels. Only you can defeat the villainous buffering beast, master of lag and chaos." The cat rolled onto his back. A beetle flew by and he tried to eat it. Morgan Freeman Flower sighed deeply. "He may be our only hope, but we are so doomed." The fat orange cat wasn't concerned about restoring balance to the channel. He was more concerned about the suspicious leaf that smelled like cheese and betrayal. But the Morgan Freeman Flower was insistent. "You must journey to the legendary couch caverns," it said, swaying majestically in the digital breeze. "There you will find the cheese scrolls, ancient texts containing the Wi-Fi password of eternity." The cat stared blankly. Morgan Freeman Flower sighed. "Just follow the flashing carpet tiles. And please don't lick the sacred plugs." With that, the cat was hurled through the air by a gust of static wind. He landed, belly first, on a bouncy surface made entirely of lost socks and remote batteries. In the distance, a glowing neon arrow blinked the words, "This way to the couch caves," mimed the static goblin. The cat waddled forward like a furry bowling ball. As he descended into the caverns, he found ancient cave paintings drawn in ketchup and mustard. One showed a cat wrestling a snake made of Ethernet cables. Another showed a remote control throne with a crown of Doritos. Just as he started licking one of the drawings, a voice croaked from the shadows. "Who dares disturb the couch goblin?" Out crawled a small, dusty creature with skin like duct tape and a head shaped like a VHS tape. Its eyes glowed like two forgotten pizza rolls. "I smell cat," it snarled. "You're here for the cheese scrolls, aren't you?" The cat did not answer. He was, at the moment, deeply invested in chasing a floating dust bunny. The couch goblin threw a chewed-up sock like a ninja star. The cat caught it in his mouth, shook it once, then dropped it and sat down smugly. "Your kind is so disrespectful," the goblin hissed. "Marah," the cat replied, as if to say, "Your breath smells like expired soda." "You want the cheese scrolls?" the goblin wheezed. "Then you must pass the trial of the lint trap." The goblin raised his bony hands and summoned a mini tornado of lint, hair ties, and Capri Sun straws. The cat, unimpressed, sneezed once. A thunderous sneeze that launched the goblin into a pile of beanbags. "Fine," the goblin said, popping out of the cushions. You passed! Take the cheese scrolls and leave. He tossed over a greasy parchment that smelled like cheddar and secrets. As the cat grabbed the scrolls in his mouth and waddled off. The goblin shouted, Beware the buffering beast. It controls every loading bar in the land. The cat turned, blinked once, and let out a slow, sarcastic meow, the feline equivalent of I'll do what I want. Armed with nothing but the cheese scrolls, a few crumbs on his chin, and the confidence of someone who's never done a single chore in his life. The big fat orange cat trotted into the heart of the Channelverse. He followed a holographic squirrel guide named Gary who wouldn't stop talking about his acorn-based cryptocurrencies. So anyway, if you invest just one nut a day, the compound interest, WHACK. The cat gently paw-slapped Gary off a pixelated cliff, not out of cruelty, just boredom. Ahead stood a towering mountain made of spinning loading circles, stuck forever at exactly 47%. The sky above was glitching like a broken GIF. Lightning bolts shaped like pause buttons crashed down from above. The top of the mountain, a dark, swirling beast formed entirely of buffer wheels, progress bars, and lag spikes roared. It was the buffering beast, the villain who once froze Netflix for 72 hours during binge night. Its voice echoed through the Channelverse like a dial-up modem. Who dares approach me, Lord of never-ending load times? The orange cat blinked slowly. His tail twitched. He sat down and started licking his stomach. A power move! I see you have the cheese scrolls, the beast boomed, glitching slightly. But they are useless without the sacred battery of full charge. The cat meowed loudly. He wasn't afraid. He was just hungry. In an act of pure defiance, he pulled the scrolls from his mouth and began eating them. The buffering beast screamed. No, you fool! That was 600 megabytes of sacred font. The cat BURPED. Then the beast launched a spinning loading circle straight at the cat. It hit him square in the gut and bounced off. The fat was too powerful. The belly absorbed all lag. Now furious, the buffering beast charged down the mountain, trailing lag trails behind it. Every step made the world around them slowed down, birds froze mid-air, clouds paused mid-float, and even time hiccuped. But the cat just stood there as the beast lunged one last time. The cat yawned, an earth-shaking yawn that opened a portal in space-time and sucked the buffering beast into a black hole shaped like a coffee mug. Poof. Silence. Then. Applause. Tiny pixel people emerged from the bushes, waving TV antennas and foam fingers. Someone yelled, He saved the channel. The Morgan Freeman flower reappeared from the sky, looking amazed. You did it, he said. You defeated the buffering beast. With laziness, sarcasm, and stomach fat. Truly, you are our hero, the cat purred. Then he turned around and stepped directly onto a giant keyboard marked ESC. As the orange cat stepped onto the massive ESC key, the Channelverse began to wobble like an overfilled jelly donut. The keyboard lit up, beeping in a rhythm that sounded oddly like the SpongeBob theme in reverse. The Morgan shouted from above. You've unlocked the pickle portal, the one exit that leads back to the real world. But beware. It smells like vinegar and regret. The cat didn't care. He was already licking his paw and pressing random keys with his butt. The world began to pixelate. Bits of reality fell away like Tetris blocks. And suddenly, with a loud zoink, the cat was sucked into a swirling green vortex shaped exactly like a pickle in a bodie. Back in the living room, Carl, the cat's human, was passed out on the floor, surrounded by potato chip crumbs and an open YouTube playlist titled 10 Hours of Humming Lawnmowers. There was a pop, and the orange cat landed directly on Carl's face. BWAAAGH. Carl screamed, flailing. The cat rolled off, belched something that smelled like cheddar pixels, and strutted casually across the room like nothing had happened. The TV, still stuck on Sunflower TV, winked. Yes! It winked. Carl stared in disbelief. What? What just happened? The cat sat next to his food bowl and gave Carl the look. You owe me tuna for this. But Carl wasn't paying attention. He was too busy watching the sunflower on TV whisper something. He is the chosen one. He will return when the signal drops again. Suddenly, the couch shook violently. Out popped the couch goblin, holding a tiny suitcase and a half-eaten cheese scroll. Room for one more, it asked, wearing a bathrobe made of dryer lint. Carl fainted again. The cat sighed deeply, the sigh of someone who just wanted a nap but accidentally saved an entire digital universe instead. He climbed onto the windowsill, knocked over a mug with number 1 human written on it, and fell asleep immediately. Epilogue. Channel 999. Deep within the television circuitry, hidden behind the static of lost channels and forgotten VHS tapes, a new program started to load. Now playing The Cat Chronicles, Season 2. The cat's eyes opened just a crack. His tail twitched. Adventure was calling again, but it could wait until after second lunch.